Ah, welcome to Career and Corporate Hub. Dzina ndifika Dani Hlajwayo. Today's interview is in the field of mechanical engineering. Next to me is Tejo. Tejo is a mechanical engineer, so I consider her as my colleague because I'm also a mechanical engineer. Tejo, welcome to Career and Corporate Hub.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here.
So Tejo is not new to YouTube. She also has her own platform where her focus is all talks on female engineers. So I'm going to touch on that a bit later. First, you want to understand where Tejo comes from and just to understand how it was like for her growing up and up to where she is now. So how was it like growing up? Where did you grow up actually?
So I was born and bred in the Free State.
Oh, okay.
In Paris, a small town. It's close by Sasolburg for those that don't know. So yeah, I grew up there, and that's where I was born basically.
So you said it's a small town? Or?
Yes, it's a very small town. It's close by Sasolburg, in between Sasolburg and Frederikwood.
Okay, I only know Free State like passing.
Really?
From East London to Joburg.
Well,
Yes.
normally when you like passing, you use the N1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the R59. If you get into the R59,
okay.
then you'll see a board ceiling Paris. That's where I'm from.
Okay. And which primary did you go to?
So I went to ATFE. It's a
Okay.
school in Paris, and then my high school I attended it in Valpark.
It sounds like an Afrikaans primary.
Very.
Really?
It's
Wait.
like
Yeah.
Paris, like even the way I say it, it's a very Afrikaans town.
I'm sure you like speak Afrikaans fluently.
No, I don't. I can understand Afrikaans, but I cannot.
Okay.
Like I prefer to speak English rather than
than Afrikaans.
Afrikaans. Yeah.
And did you do any Afrikaans like module?
I only-
Subject?
Well, I only did Afrikaans on its own.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only subject I did in Afrikaans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how's your high school?
My high school was actually an art school in a way. So when I
Okay.
got there, it was like a transition from a normal high school to an art school. So you had to like choose what is it, drama and all of those kind of things.
Yeah.
But I was never that type of person who
You're
acts
an
out.
engineer today.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
you know, as engineers, the camera is a far-fetched thing for us. It's a far-fetched thing for us, but then we do what we have to do. Yeah, so I went to Valpark Articon. I majored in science, math and
Okay.
science, and then I also did engineering, graphics and design, which helped me to choose what I am doing currently.
Yeah, currently.
Yeah.
And did you always know that you wanted to study engineering?
No.
Okay. Like in matric,
No.
what did you apply for?
Well, in matric, yes, like by
Okay.
grade 10, you know when you had to choose like subjects in grade 9?
Like science or accounting?
Yes, science or accounting or EGD or this.
Yeah.
I was stuck in between accounting or engineering, graphics and design, which other people also know it as technical drawing.
Yeah.
So I was stuck in between that, and then, like, you know, growing up, you all want to be a doctor. Like, I think most of us, we all want to be a doctor. It's a reality.
We were all brainwashed.
It's a reality for all of us.
Yeah.
But then you get introduced to this kind of like subjects. I liked technology in grade 8, 9.
Okay.
So I really loved it to a point where I was like, where can I go with this thing? And then when I had to choose subjects in grade 9, I was stuck in between accounting or engineering, graphics and design. Then I chose engineering. Graphics
So
and design.
before you get to grade 10,
Yeah.
were you exposed to any subjects that had like where you had to do drawing?
It's technology.
Oh,
That's technology.
okay.
And then now, choosing engineering, graphics and design, I then went into either civil or mechanical.
You know, it's quite funny because for me, I hated drawing. Like I know a lot of ladies didn't like drawing.
Yeah.
And for you, it's like
I loved it, guys. Like I was the top
My worst
student, not to
nightmare.
blow my own horn, but really, I was the top student for engineering, graphics and design. And I was just like, accounting was not for me. I was never going to do accounting. I respect people who do accounting because it was just going to be too much numbers for me.
Okay. Yeah. And so when applying for varsity, we chose mechanical engineering.
Yes.
And what inspired it?
Growing up. So growing up, I'm very tomboyish. So.
But you don't look like one. I mean, when you look at your social media,
exactly. No.
Or maybe you just like transition.
Well, now I'm trying to be in my feminine, like expose it more. But like growing up, I was really like very tomboyish. I liked my own space, and I used to spend like most of my time with my grandfather, who was a very handy person.
Okay.
So whenever he would be like, "I'm going somewhere," honey, I would go. I'll leave all the dishes in the kitchen, and I will go. So then he's the person who actually introduced me into the technical field.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's one time where he was like, there was one time where he was like, he was busy examining is it the hub of the car where you have all your engines and everything.
Yeah.
So
inside the bonnet.
Yes.
The engine.
Yeah. So he was busy pouring like water and something, and I was like, how does this engine works? And him saying, go find out for us, is actually what made me choose mechanical.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, when you look at like the car itself, like the mechanical side of the car would really
intrigue you.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually interesting. And so you studied at UP, University of Pretoria. Did you apply to study at the University of Pretoria?
Yes,
okay.
I did apply.
Okay. Was it your first option, or you had other universities?
It was my second option. I had Wits. I wanted to go to Wits so bad because my aunt went to it, but I had this whole situation of whatever accepts me first, that's where God wants me to go. Because I had the same incident, not incident per se. You see, being an engineer, now you talk about incidents. Anyway, not incident, but I had this whole situation where I had going to high school. I wanted a specific high school, and then the high school that I actually went to was my second. Well, it wasn't even my second choice. I was just like, let me apply because this one hasn't answered me. So ever since then, I just told myself, whichever one accepts me, that's where God wants me. Because with my high school, I was very happy afterwards. I was like, maybe that's where God wanted me to be. Yeah.
And how was university? How were the studies? Why are you laughing? Difficult engineering.
Engineering
yeah.
is difficult.
Okay.
No lies. You know.
When you say difficult, you're scaring.
No, not to scare the people that.
Difficult does not mean that you can't.
You cannot do exactly.
Exactly.
Difficult. But you just need to have perseverance. You need to know that this is what you want and work hard on it. So varsity was hard, but because of all the discipline that I had from, you need to have discipline when you know I want to study either medicine or engineering or what. You need to have that thing of this is what I want and persevere. So it was hard.
And are you happy that you chose mechanical engineering?
Very.
That's nice.
Very. That's nice, I think it's one engineering field that's very broad.
You can work
anywhere. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm very happy that I chose it.
That's nice. And how was the demography when studying? Did you have a lot of females? Did you have a lot of black people? Because the reason I'm asking, I said this in my previous interview, that engineering, we have a lot of, we don't have a lot of females.
Yes, we don't.
Yeah, that's why I always ask this question, because you went to UP, so how was the demography?
In all reality, girls were always short in the engineering field, given in class, given at work. So at school, there wasn't a lot of girls doing engineering. It was
Yeah.
those ones that, like us, who were like, you know, and there's a whole lot of us that want to do engineering, but we are scared because of the male dominance in it. But yeah, it's a reality that we're trying to change.
Yeah, I feel like it's a fear of unknown, and when you look at also the different environment that you can work with, with mechanical engineering. Yeah, I keep saying industrial engineering. I don't know why industrial engineering is not my favorite, but yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
So, when people look at it, they feel like they cannot cope as a female, and which is really not true.
It isn't.
Yeah.
It
and
isn't.
how has it been like for you, like in a workplace? Workplace. Yeah.
It's been challenging, like the transition from school to work. It's very challenging because you need to prove yourself to say, yes, as a female, I also belong here in a way, you know. So it was a difficult transition. However, you need to know why you're there. You need to have that thing of, I know my things. I went to school, I passed. Otherwise, why would they say here's a degree of engineering if they didn't see me worth becoming an engineer? So it was hard, but you just need to like be strong-willed.
Yeah. And did you have a bursary or in studying?
In the beginning, no. Like my first year of studying, my mom had to pay it herself.
I'm sure it was a lot for her, or maybe she planned it from.
Well, it's a situation of. It's a bittersweet situation because I had lost my dad in 2010.
Yeah.
So with all the money that he left for me, my mom just put it aside for my varsity. Yes. So that's what my mom did. And then with second year, then I had to apply for a bursary.
And what would you advise for somebody that would like to study engineering through a bursary?
They need to apply as soon as possible.
From high school when they apply for university.
Yes. The soon they apply for university, which is we do it in grade 11 or so.
Grade 12, but we use grade 11
marks. Yes. So as soon as you do that, start looking out. Like let's say for example,
grade 11 or grade 10, you must start
looking out for companies that will fund you in whatever field you want to study.
So at my workplace, we have introduced bring a girl child at work. So look for companies that are also doing that, because you get an exposure of like an industry before, like while you're still in high school.
Yes.
So which bursary did you use?
I used the bursary. Well, my bursar back then was the first company that I worked for. It's an electrical manufacturing company for circuit breakers. Okay. So
can you also share the details of the company
so
for the bursary application?
Yes. It's circuit breaker industries, CBI electric. Low voltage, yes. Okay. So that's the company that gave me a bursar, but I'm no longer working for them now. I'm into another company. Yeah. So but like I say, start the sooner the better. And like you say, I do have a platform that's trying to integrate that so that kids can have bursaries from a very from grade 10 or so. So they recognize them as well.
And what is the difference between what you've studied and what you are currently doing at work? Like, is it something that you studied? The reason I'm asking, like, university is theory, and then at work you're applying the theory that you studied at a university level.
In most cases, yes, because you need to be problem solving. That's what engineering is all about. And that's why you go to this whole process of becoming an engineer. So as much as it's practical, I believe that your knowledge is what would help with making sure, for example, a plant to be more reliable, or coming up with like more designs or something, those kind of things, calculations as well. So you do all those calculations. It's just that you need to, like, depending on the type of job you have, you're gonna use certain things that you did. Not all of them, but certain things that you did in varsity.
And what type of industry are you currently working in?
I'm in the mining industry.
Oh, okay. Yes. And how is the mining industry?
It's good. It's more maintenance like.
Okay, so you're in maintenance.
Yes, I'm in maintenance. Okay. So it's more maintenance like than design. I started design and then now I'm in maintenance, which helps you to, you know, be. I'm not a person who's like likes the office. I like to be outside.
Growing up tomboy.
Exactly. So I like to be. I like to be involved in knowing and
But so as a maintenance engineer, I believe that would be your title.
Well, I'm a mechanical engineer, but I'm in the maintenance.
Responsible for that.
Yes.
Can you please just explain what you do, like as a mechanical engineer in mining?
So most mechanical engineers in mining, we basically make sure that equipment work. Because minings are more production based, so they need to produce more than, you know, like at a certain target. So you need to make sure that your equipment are working, your systems are working, and as a mechanical engineer, I need to make sure that all these pumps are working properly. Why are we changing pumps so often? Like you can work along with like the manufacturers of the pumps to understand as to why is this pump not doing well, or like tanks. Like thing is, the reason why I say some of the things that you did in varsity, you do it, you see it more in the maintenance part, because all those the weldings that you did for practicals and all you know, all those kind of things, you see them being done in the maintenance or in the plant or mining industry.
I think with mechanical, like when you're more in maintenance, you get to see more of the stuff that you've done in varsity. Okay. And so now it's engineers, and then there will be artisans.
It's
Can you
engineers.
explain the hierarchy?
So it starts with the engineering manager, and then there's the plant engineer, and then there's the engineers.
Mechanical,
they're mechanical, and then there will be the plant manager who's chemical. In my plant, that's what happens. The plant manager is chemical, and then with his chemical engineers. So after the mechanical engineers is the foreman, who now it's like an overseer, making sure that those different subdivisions like mechanical workshops, electrical workshops, all they functioning well, and then under them it's artisans.
So do you plan to do your GCC?
Yes, I am. I am actually.
Do you know what GCC is?
Yes, it's Government Certificate of Competency.
And what does it do?
So GCC is basically a certificate that allows you to operate in mining. Not mining per se, but like factories. It can be in the FMCG field, it can be in manufacturing. I'm just basing it on where I'm using it, but that's where. And then there's also Mines and Works, where now you gain knowledge on what's happening, like the things that are happening in the mines. So there's a GCC factories and a GCC Mines and Works, which factories work in plants, manufacturing spaces, FMCG, and then mines at the mine.
Sounds like you enjoy engineering.
I do.
This was nice. I love the passion.
What's happening?
So I mentioned in the beginning that she is a co-founder of All Talks Female Engineering.
Yes.
So I really love that platform because there aren't a lot of females in engineering, and it's always hard when companies are hiring and they're looking for more females. It's always hard to find them. So when I saw your platform, I was like, wow, this is actually good. Like, you know, it's needed. So please tell us more about it. Yeah.
Okay.
And where the idea came from. Yeah.
So me being an engineer and
Yeah.
a female engineer, it was a struggle for me to actually know what do engineers do in the field.
Yeah.
I didn't have the privilege to go job shadow somebody. It was just a thing of my teachers telling me what engineers do
Yeah.
from maybe like their families or something like that. So that's when but also I've always been passionate about empowering girls. So I thought, why not? I'm in a field where there's not a lot of female engineers and not a lot of them understand or know what do we do and how do we tackle everyday struggles,
Yeah.
basically, you know.
Because there's a misconception when it
Yes.
comes to engineering. So
Yeah.
I do agree.
So that's when the concept of All Talks Female Engineer came, where I thought
Yeah.
I could interview people like yourself, you know, to give us more insight as to what do they do on a daily basis, how do they carry on with like many challenges in the work field,
Yeah.
especially in their different industries.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it came about.
And what I also like from the interviews that I watched,
Mhm.
you interviews engineers that also have, like they've been awarded in different things, like to show
Yes.
that not only like maybe when you're in the public spaces, like in the industry, entertainment industry,
Mhm.
that's where you get
Exposure.
or the awards, but also in engineering, like they is I don't know, like when you have your summers, we also have
Our own engineering summers.
yes.
Yes.
So I really like that. And so you also spoke about in one of your interviews about the women in engineering, like the
Yes.
organization.
Yes.
Are you also part of it?
I'm not currently a part of WOMSA.
Yeah.
Well, there's women in engineering, there's women in mining as well. So I'm not a part of it yet. I am
Yeah.
still trying to like collab with them so that we can bring this whole platform into, you know, industries as well. But I do aim to interview people who can give us those kind of insights. Yes, I'm not there yet, but I am planning to register with them as well.
Yeah. And I mean, okay, moving from like your life as an engineer,
Yeah.
looking at your Instagram, you travel a lot.
Yes, I do.
You do a lot, and as an engineer, I'm sure people think that we just go to work and go
come
back
back.
home and sleep.
True, true.
So, what would you advise somebody that would like to study mechanical engineering?
I would really say, wow, that's actually a good question. that's actually a good question. I would say be prepared. You know, be prepared for the challenges.
Yeah.
I think when you have the like the personality of everything that I go through, you know, when you go through hardships, you should not be discouraged and tell yourself, no, I'm a failure or something. Keep on going. Like literally keep on going, because you would realize that engineering is just life itself. The way you just go down in life is the same. You just need to know how to maneuver and
work-life balance.
Yes, basically. Basically. That's it. That's engineering itself. But yeah.
Okay, so apart from ATFE,
Yes.
what other projects are you doing?
I am a part of a community service initiative at work. So we try to help like schools,
that's nice.
different people around the area itself. So yeah, that's what I'm part of.
Okay. And would you one day like to start your own company, or you have? Oh, you do have ATFE, but would you like to remain in the organization while maybe running
my own company?
Your own company. Yeah.
Well, yes, definitely. I see myself as a businesswoman.
That's nice.
To be honest,
Yeah,
I do see myself as a businesswoman. however, incorporating engineering itself. That's why ATFE had to also be there. So yeah, I am gonna be more than I am gonna be more than that. I am studying yes,
Masters in
business administration,
Yeah.
just to help me with that, not only in the company but also in my own personal business ventures.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I mean, instead of doing masters in engineering, okay, you basically explained it that
Yeah.
you want to venture into business.
Into business,
so
yes.
MBA would then help you with that.
With
I wanted to ask, why not study masters in mechanical engineering?
I actually did think of that.
Yeah.
It was between an MBA or a master's in engineering, and like
Okay.
for me, reason why I chose mechanical is because it's broad. So a master's in engineering for me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying for anybody else, but for me, I felt like it is just keeping me into engineering.
Okay.
You see,
Yeah, that's how I
where-
also felt.
Yes, so now a business MBA will help me also understand the aspect of business and
Yeah.
keeping engineering
Yeah.
as the core of me.
Yes. I actually enjoyed when I was doing my postgraduate diploma in business management, because like I learned accounting.
Yes.
I learned I learned
All the
different
other things.
Yes, I was like, actually this is a good direction.
Yeah.
It does not make you less of an engineer.
No.
You are just broadening
Your
your
perspective.
scope.
Yeah, true.
So looking at the fourth industrial revolution, mechanical engineering is more on designing, maintenance. But do you think there is a future? Yes, we say it's broad, but do you think like the future is big in mechanical?
I think it is.
Okay.
To make an electric car, you
Yeah.
need parts, which a mechanical engineer comes there.
Yeah. But I feel like it's not so. Remember, we're moving from like more of a mechanical car to more of like an electrical car.
Yes,
So,
but I get that. But
Yeah.
like for you to have that electronic, that whole body, where are you gonna build it from? Mechanical.
okay.
No, but yeah,
I like that.
Mechanical.
Yeah.
It's the moving thing. It's the
Yeah.
same as mechatronics. So you can still be a mechanical engineer. You just enhance yourself in knowing more of the electronics, so that you can. But it's really a broad-
Incorporated.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's where I don't think mechanical will end. Not saying that I like my field, but hey. I
Okay,
don't
so
think
one last question.
Yes.
Is there a question that you think that I did not ask you? And if I didn't, if there is one, how would you have answered it?
Can I say there's nothing?
Yeah.
What question?
Yeah.
Well, I think you covered everything.
Or maybe an advice that you think can help someone who would like to follow into your footsteps,
Yeah.
be in starting a project that focuses on maybe engineering or other fields that they're in, where they see like there's a shortage.
There's a shortage of this.
Yeah.
Well, one advice is that understand firstly what do you want to do and your passion, because when you do something that you're not passionate about, you'll be like, another job.
Yeah.
And then
it
you
feels like a job.
Yes, exactly. So you need to love it. You need to want to do it, and I would advise people to just do it passionately and know that this is what I'm passionate of. Yeah. And then once you do that, I think everything will flow. You will connect with people. Try to connect with people. Research a lot. Don't sit back, guys. You need to do a lot of research, and this information is out there, but it cannot come to you. You have to go look for it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Guys, research.
Yeah.
All my interviewees, they're saying research.
Because
So,
literally, that's how you'll find things.
yeah.
If you sit and do nothing, Things are not going to come to you.
I always say build a community. You
Yes.
cannot be a solo rider.
You can't. You
Yeah.
can't. You need to always be asking.
Yeah.
People communicating.
And I'm
with
sure that's
people
why
as
you
well.
created ATFE,
Yes.
to create that community of females in engineering, because there is like really a shortage, or also us just females in engineering to support each other.
Yeah.
You know. Thank you so much for allowing me to do the interview.
Thank you for
It
having
was
me.
So lovely. I'm gonna put her details and also the link to her channel, where you can also watch some interviews with like the females that are in engineering,
Yes.
and also where you can go get in contact with her if you want to be part of it. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I will also give her my website so that you guys know where to go.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Bye.